Mr. Bainum, thank you for returning to the committee. The CFTC responsibility over the futures industry of Chicago is a very important consideration. And I commend you for the work that you've done and believe that you've helped to establish the integrity of their operation, which is respected on a global basis. Let me say that I don't believe that we have shown an adequate concern for the same issue. Since 2006, CFTC has only been funded at its requested level twice. $304 million in fiscal year 21, $365 million in fiscal year 23. Last year, the CFTC estimated it needed approximately $127 million in additional funding to effectively oversee the digital asset market. That's 33% of your annual budget. And for the record, in fiscal year 22, the CFTC imposed more than $2.5 billion in restitution, disgorgement, and penalties. So it isn't as if you're not doing your job and the Treasury is better for it. I think that is a reality. But the issue that I want to speak to is one that we've discussed before. When you were last before the committee in December, the crypto industry was cascading in the dirt. We had just witnessed a stunning collapse of FTX, a company that was less than 3 years from its founding, supposedly worth $32 billion, 1 million users, and it collapsed overnight. Since then, CFTC, SEC, and DOJ have announced charges related to the collapse. I commend them. But the cat's out of the bag that I've been skeptical of this crypto mania from the start. At one of the committees last year, I warned about the contagion and risk if crypto was more fully integrated into the broader financial market. I asked you in December how long it was going to take to unpack the FTX mess, to be able to understand exactly what happened. The sooner we shine a spotlight on what happened to FTX, the full extent of the scope of the failure, the better. How much closer, Mr. Chairman, are we to getting to the bottom of what happened with FTX?
Thank you, Senator. I would unfortunately have to say that, as you pointed out, there is open litigation at both the civil and criminal level by the SEC, CFTC, and the Justice Department. So we are working diligently. We are working as quickly as possible in trying to unpack all the facts that are coming to us. So more to come, but we're going to do it cautiously and slowly so that we can get it right, and all charges are going to be addressed appropriately.
Well, I understand that, but despite the indictments and the legal charges that have been filed by these different federal agencies, the crypto industry is on full steam ahead. Hardworking Americans are taking financial advice from investment advisors like Matt Damon, Larry David, and Tom Brady. Crypto firms are applying for accounts at the Federal Reserve. Trusted names in the retirement industry are offering exposure to Bitcoin and 401k plans. The industry argues that the FTX collapse was an anomaly. I don't believe it. What do you think?
Senator, I think it supports my argument and many of the arguments that have been made by this committee and members of this committee that we need comprehensive regulation. I don't believe that the technology is going to go away. I don't believe that the trading markets, and that is the component that's most important to me as a market regulator, are going to go away. And I think we have to think very carefully but aggressively about comprehensive regulation so that we can do the best we can to avoid another collapse.
This horse is out of the barn.
Correct.
The crypto industry financial regulators have highlighted a laundry list of risk associated with them. Fraud, commingling of funds, lack of disclosure, high volatility, interconnectedness of the industry, conflicts of interest, lack of basic governance practices, and risk control. It's abundantly clear when it comes to crypto, we need real cops on the beat, and we need them now. There is a plea that's been made by the SEC for some authority and jurisdiction in this area, and I'm listening to their request. I don't know that we can respond quickly enough to avert any further disasters in this industry. But I tell you, at this point, those of us who were skeptical are becoming convinced crypto is a dangerous investment, dangerous for everyone, and the American government at this point is not doing its job in regulation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.